I'm all about finding the most efficient and quickest way to get my books out without killing the quality, of course. That means I'm always scouting for new tools, trying new things, and figuring out diverse ways to accomplish my goal. If you've been watching my videos, you probably know by now that drawing is not my expertise. And that's okay. We all have different skills and talents, and I'm a firm believer that we need to make what we have work for us. With that said, I'm not quite sure where I encountered or learned about this tool, but it is one of those programs I've picked up along the way. This tool is called Activity Book Mastery, and it's an online application with a focus on creating different types of low content to medium content books. To be frank, I do not use all the features of this tool simply because I have other programs that do a much better job. However, if you're low on cash and need something to support your book publishing business, Activity Book Mastery can help you get stuff done. When I purchased this tool, it was about $37, and I do believe you might be able to get it for the same price. This video is all about showing you how you can create beautiful kaleidoscope or mandala inspired coloring pages without breaking the bank. You can also use it to create coloring pages for your own delight. My name is Samantha, and on this channel, I talk about productivity, systems, and tools. I've been earning internet income in various capacities since 2013, and I'm excited to share my expertise with you. If you've not yet subscribed to my posse, please go ahead and do so. Let's get down to business. One of the first things you'll notice about the Activity Master platform is its simplicity. The menu is flushed to the left of the interface with different options to help you navigate the system. If you're new to the platform, I'd suggest reading the instructions to learn the tool and get acclimated. The instructions cover details about activity books, how to use the software, how to publish activity books using Canva, what is involved in working with graphic types, different graphic types, and even a Facebook group where you can chill and interact with people with similar interests and goals. Before diving into how you can use Activity Book Mastery to create Kaleidoscope or Mandala inspired pages, let's talk a bit about the different activity books you can create. As mentioned before, I do not heavily rely on this software because I have more robust tools that I've invested in. For example, I love creating word search puzzles, but I find that there's not much I can do with the word search generator on this platform. There's no option to customize the look or design of the word search. And since it randomly generates each word, there's no way to control the information being presented to customers. So if you're just starting out and you want to get your feet wet and aren't really concerned about having control of the appearance and content of your word search puzzles, this is always an option for you to use. But if you want to invest in a word search generator, I would suggest using the PowerPoint add-on from Luke Bowes. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I will leave the link in the description box for you to check out this tool if you're interested. You can also use Activity Book Mastery to create picture slices, layered images, trivia, and comic book templates. If you want me to create videos on each individual tool, I'll be more than happy to oblige. Please let me know in the comment section. Now, I think I've said quite a bit, so it's high time I got to the elephant in the room. This is what the Kaleidoscope looks like. The instructions are simple to read, the interface is clean, and once you go through the information, there should be no issues whatsoever. Let me just put this out there. Kaleidoscopes and mandalas look the same to me. Not all kaleidoscopes are mandalas, and not all mandalas are kaleidoscopes, but the circular patterns generated by this tool come close to many mandala designs. And that is from my perspective. That is my opinion. Someone else might differ or could contest what I've just shared, but I'm just speaking from my experience. In some cases, kaleidoscopes do look like mandalas, and some mandalas do look like kaleidoscopes, even though there are different variations. And I've seen different cases where people have gotten really creative with their mandalas. So it's all about how you perceive things and what you think people want. So at the very bottom of the page are the instructions. When you're uploading an image or a picture, it has to be JPG or JPEG. So if you try to upload a PNG, it's not going to work for you. And the size of the image has to be 5 megabytes or below, nothing above. Now, you can go through the rest of the instructions. There are 6 slots here for different images. Once these are all populated or filled, you will need to delete an image if you want to upload another image. And from using the tool, this is something I've noticed, the image that you use has to be without color. It has to be without color. So typically images like this one that I have uploaded here is ideal for this sort of tool. So the generator is going to grab this image and it's going to do what it does. It's going to give you a kaleidoscope or a mandala image. That's what it's going to spit out. I'll be having a giveaway for this. So one person will have a chance to get this generator, and you will not need to do anything special. All you'll need to do is to click the link that I'm going to leave in the description box. You're going to sign up, and I'm just going to randomly choose someone. So that is how you'll get a chance to win this. So what I'm going to do now is to dive into the demonstration, and I'm going to show you how you can use this tool to generate your kaleidoscopes and mandala coloring pages. For those who are interested in knowing where I source my images, I sometimes use Daily Art Hub. I did pay a one-time fee to get access to the images, but I've also noticed that on a daily basis they offer free clip arts. So if you're interested, if you don't have the budget right now to get the images, you could always make use of the free images they offer and then use a graphic design tool to remove the color fill. So that way you'll have an outline and the image will be in black and white so that you can upload it to Activity Book Mastery and use it. So I've already created a few patterns using the tool, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm actually going to share with you how you can use how you can use the image and create something of your own. So typically when I'm using this tool, I normally keep things at 800 pixels. I do not use either 1200 or 2000, and this is simply because the higher this gets, the more difficult it is for me to really look at the mandala when it's being generated. So I like to keep it at 800 because I can actually see what is happening on the screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to the home page for Kaleidoscopes, and I'm going to change it back to 800, and you'll see why I use that option. So this is what the Kaleidoscope looks like at 800 pixels. Now, typically, to generate the image you want, you have a bit of control. So normally what I do is to left click on my mouse, and I'd push my mouse up or down, and I normally can do this sideways as well. So there are so many different variations you can get just by using one single image. You can get 20 different mandalas, you can get 30 different mandalas. You just have to be patient, and you have to be willing to look at the options that work. So play around with the designs and see which you like, what you think is book worthy, what you think people would actually want to color in. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm seeing quite a number of designs that I would personally color in. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fool around with this, and I'm going to choose something. This looks okay. So I'm just going to remove my hand from the mouse, and to save this, I'm going to right click on the image, and I'm going to save as. As I've mentioned, I've already downloaded some images that I want to use. I'm just showing you how to use the tool. So these were the images I've previously used. And I'm just going to save this as download 4. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to create another mandala from this very image, just to show you the process. The great part about this is I can leave this as is, and then I can make a smaller shape that I can fix within this circle here to make up for the gap that's there. So the great thing about this is you could actually create two different images, and you could add them to each other and people wouldn't even notice. So this large image here could stay as is, and then you simply create a smaller one to add to the gap within the middle. And something like this is awesome as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to save this. And this is going to be download 5. Now, there's something else that I normally do before adding my images to Affinity Publisher. That's the tool I use. But if you work with a tool like PowerPoint, Microsoft Publisher, Canva, or any other tool that you prefer to use, you would still perform this next step that I'm about to share with you. So normally I would vectorize each image before adding them to my graphic design tool. And I typically use the website vectorization.org to transform or to convert my images into SVG files before uploading them. So I'm just going to give this some time to load, and then I'm going to share with you how I convert my images. It's a simple process and the tool is free. So I choose File, and all I'm going to do is to locate the images I just downloaded. So they're in my downloads folder, and this is one of the image. This is also one of the image. Now, if I should scroll down, you'd realize that this is an SVG file. This is a PNG. So typically this is the format that is going to that I'm going to get once I run this through the tool here. So I'm just going to download 4, open it, and it's set to SVG, but there are different formats here. You have EPS, PS, PDF, DXF. This, you can use the tool depending on what you want to accomplish. But for now, I just want to convert this to an SVG, and that's what I'm going to go with. And I'm going to start the process. So once this is done, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to select download. And I'm going to go back to my home page or the start page, and I'm going to upload my other image. So I'm going to choose a file again, and this time it is download 5. So this is the SVG file, vectorization.org just spat out, and this is the one that I want to download this time around. Start the process again. And I'm going to download this as well. So now that I have my images, I am going to go back to Affinity Publisher, and I'm just going to continue with this that I've been working on. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 additional pages to add the new designs I just got from Activity Book Mastery. So I have 2 additional pages. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my image to this. So I'm going to go to Place, and this is the Place tool on the left. Sorry, let me do that again. So this is the Place tool, the Place Image tool. I'm going to go ahead and place. And in my Downloads folder, I'm going to locate my file. Download 4, and I'm going to open this. And while doing this, I'm just going to hold on Control. I'm going to zoom just so that you have an idea as to how the image look. As you can see, it's not pixelated, it's not jagged, and the quality is really good. So normally when I'm working in Affinity Publisher, I have the option to make certain edits to this image. Typically, what I tend to do is to double click within this image, and then it's going to take me to the actual image where I can put some edits to this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double click using the left part of my mouse, and it takes me to this page. I'm then going to shrink this image, and what I normally do is to add a circle around this one just so that it sort of closes the shape, if you know what I mean. So this is the ellipse tool on the left, and I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to start drawing my circle. And I'm just positioning this, sorry. Let me zoom in a bit. And what I'm going to do is on the right, I'm going to choose the color option. I'm going to remove the fill color, which is set to white, and I'm simply going to do that by clicking this little circle that sticks out. And I'm also going to change the stroke to a black. And I'm also going to increase the stroke size. so that it looks, so that it aligns with my color, my image, sorry. So as is, this is okay. I'm just going to drag this to highlight everything, and then I'm going to group this, and then I'm going to close this out and go back to the image, to my main image. And this is what the design looks like. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, I've zoomed in a bit, and this is fine as is. Now I'm going to add my other image to the page, and I'm going to pretty much repeat the same steps that I just did, just so that you know, get a grasp or an understanding of what it is that you really need to do. If I've gone through this video fast, I apologize, but you can always go through, pause where you need to, and follow the steps if you decide to use Activity Book Mastery. So this is the place tool once more. And this time I'm going to search for download 5. I'm going to ensure that I'm holding down the control key. If you're on Mac, that is likely going to be the command key. And this is my image. I'm going to double click again because I want to edit this. I'm going to shrink this a bit on the canvas. And again, I'm going to draw a circle or a sphere or an ellipse around this. This does take a bit of patience, but when you want to get your stuff together, get it right so that people will actually enjoy the product you create, you have to be willing to put in the work. And for me, KDP is not a numbers game. I do not worry about not having 1,000 books on the platform. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I'm not that sort of person. I actually enjoy the process of creating books and all that. So I take a long time to go through certain things. So I'm going to change the fill again, and then I'm going to the stroke, I'm going to change that to black, and I'm going to increase the size of the stroke. And I'm going to adjust the circle. That's it. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to drag across the screen to highlight everything, and I am just going to group the layers. So this is it. This is it. As I've said before, if you think the gap is too wide, you can actually create something else and add to the middle. Get creative. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back to my main book. What I normally try to do is to, sometimes you can leave this as is, it's up to what you want to create. But as you've seen, what I've tried to do here is just to put in a bit more work, add a bit more creativity to it, instead of just leaving the mandala on the screen as is like that. But your work is your work, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to duplicate it, and I can actually do stuff like this. It's totally up to what you want to do. Zoom in, and this is it. I could actually add something else here. And typically, if I was creating this to be sold, I would have a page as a filler between these two designs and all the other designs, just so that it doesn't bleed, because we all know that the quality person, the quality pages, we have to really put up with Amazon. It's the quality is not always the best, but that's what we have to really sacrifice when we're working with certain print on demand platforms. So there are so many different options for you to get creative with your designs. I'm going to leave this as is. By the way, these other graphics that I have on the screen, it was used by the very same image I used to generate these mandalas, the very same image. So I've gotten, I think, 5 images, 6 images already using a single image. And I could do a lot more. I could generate a lot more graphics with only one image. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this just so you have an idea of what the PDF looks like. Going to export, and I'm not going to choose anything here because I'm just doing this for the sake of showing you how to use the tool and what it looks like. I'm going to export this, and I'm going to save this to my download. And then I'm going to go to my downloads and open it for you. So this is what the interior looks like. You can get creative with your books. It's up to you, and it's pretty much dependent on the type of product you want to sell to persons. You can do so much with this, and I'm really happy it's something I've stumbled upon because I'm all about learning new tools, discovering new tools, and finding the most efficient way to get things done, because some persons really do not have the money to invest in a graphic designer, an illustrator. And so when I find things like this, I'm really happy to come here on my channel and share it with you. So this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. I love you for being here. And please remember to sign up for the giveaway, especially if you're not in a position at the moment to really afford the generator. I'm happy to help where I can, and I'm really looking forward to doing more videos like this and more giveaways. Please, if you've not yet subscribed to my posse, to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Like this video, share this video, leave an encouraging comment, because I do read the comment section and I do interact with the comments. And whatever encouragement you have for me, it's greatly appreciated, because I do believe that your comments sweetens my work and it really propels me to just get up and do more videos like this. Thank you so much once more for watching. Take care until my next video. Bye-bye.